Story: An orange ball. A man enters the emergency room with two black eyes, multiple lacerations, and a 7-iron wrapped around his neck. The doctor pulls him into one of the examining rooms and says, "What the hell happened to you, my friend?" "Well, Doc," the man replies, "it's like this. My wife and I were out on the golf course off the 8th tee, when we both wind up slicing into a cow pasture next to the course. So we both head into the pasture to see if we can find our balls. Now, Doc, when we play, I usually play a white ball and my wife plays an orange one." "So, what happened in the cow pasture?" the doctor asks. "Okay, so we're hunting around for a few minutes and neither one of us is having any luck. Then I notice this cow walking kind of funny and flicking her tail. So I go up, lift the cow's tail, and there's an orange ball lodged right in the cow's rectum. So I call over to my wife, lift the cow's tail for her to see, and I say, 'Hey, honey, this looks like yours.' Doc, that's the last thing I remember." Story: My friend is dead. Two hunters are out in the woods when one of them collapses. He doesn't seem to be breathing and his eyes are glazed. The other guy takes out his phone and calls the emergency services. He gasps, "My friend is dead. What can I do?" The operator says, "Calm down, sir, I can help. First, let's make sure he's dead." There is a silence, then a gunshot is heard. Back on the phone, the guy says, "Okay, now what?" Story: You will walk today. I went to a mixed religion convention. The Christian priest came, laid his hands on my hand, and said, "By the will of Jesus Christ, you will walk today?" I smiled and told him I was not paralyzed. The rabbi came, laid his hands on my hand, and said, "By the will of God Almighty, you will walk today?" I was less amused when I told him there was nothing wrong with me. The mullah came, took my hands, and said, "Inshallah, you will walk today." I snapped at him, "There's nothing wrong with me." The Buddhist monk came, held my hands, and said, "By the will of the great Buddha, you will walk today?" I rudely told him there was nothing wrong with me. After the sermons, I stepped outside and found my car had been stolen. Story: Under the wagon. A farm boy accidentally overturned his wagon load of corn. The farmer who lived nearby heard the noise and yelled over to the boy, "Hey, Willis, forget your troubles, come in and visit with us. I'll help you get the wagon up later." "That's mighty nice of you," Willis answered, "but I don't think Pa would like me to." "Ah, come on, boy," the farmer insisted. "Well, okay," the boy finally agreed and added, "but Pa won't like it." After a hearty dinner, Willis thanked his host. "I feel a lot better now, but I know Pa is going to be real upset." "Don't be foolish," the neighbor said with a smile. "By the way, where is he?" Under the wagon. Story: Blood type. A guy walks into a clinic to have his blood type taken. The nurse goes about taking the blood sample from his finger. After finishing, she looks around for a piece of cotton to wipe away the excess blood. She can't find it, so she looks innocently at the guy and takes his finger and sucks it. The guy is so pleased he asks, "Do you think I could have a urine test done?" Story: Social Security application. After retiring, I went to the Social Security office to apply for Social Security. The woman behind the counter asked me for my driver's license to verify my age. I looked in my pockets and realized I had left my wallet at home. I told the woman that I was very sorry, but I would have to go home and come back later. The woman said, "And button your shirt." So I opened my shirt, revealing my curly silver hair. She said, "That silver hair on your chest is proof enough for me," and she processed my Social Security application. When I got home, I excitedly told my wife about my experience at the Social Security office. She said, "You should have dropped your pants. You might have gotten disability too." Story: a test. Two young engineers applied for a single position at a computer company. They both had the same qualifications. In order to determine which individual to hire, the applicants were asked to take a test by the manager. Upon completion of the test, both men missed only one of the questions. The manager went to the first applicant and said, "Thank you for your interest, but we've decided to give the job to the other applicant." "And why would you be doing that? We both got 9 questions correct," asked the rejected applicant. "We have based our decision not on the correct answers, but on the question you missed," said the department manager. "And just how would one incorrect answer be better than the other?" the rejected applicant inquired. "Simple," said the department manager. "Your fellow applicant put down on question 5, 'I don't know.' You put down, 'Neither do I.'" Story: I'm a light bulb. Patty and Murphy are working on a building site. Patty says to Murphy, "I'm gonna have the day off. I'm gonna pretend I'm mad." He climbs up the rafters, hangs upside down, and shouts, "I'm a light bulb. I'm a light bulb." Murphy watches in amazement. The foreman shouts, "Patty, you're mad. Go home." So he leaves the site. Murphy starts packing his kit up to leave as well. "Where the hell are you going?" asks the foreman. "I can't work in the friggin' dark," says Murphy. Story: finished or completed. No English dictionary has been able to adequately explain the difference between these two words. In a recent linguistic competition held in London and attended by, supposedly, the best in the world, Sandar Balgobin, a Guyanese man, was the clear winner with a standing ovation which lasted over 5 minutes. The final question was, how do you explain the difference between complete and finished in a way that is easy to understand? Some people say there is no difference between complete and finished. Here is his astute answer. When you marry the right woman, you are complete. When you marry the wrong woman, you are finished. And when the right one catches you with the wrong one, you are completely finished. He won a trip around the world and a case of 25-year-old scotch. Story: fishing in the lake. Two friends rented a boat and fished in a lake every day. One day they caught 30 fish. One guy said to his friend, "Mark this spot so that we can come back here again tomorrow." The next day, when they were driving to rent the boat, the same guy asked his friend, "Did you mark that spot?" His friend replied, "Yeah, I put a big X on the bottom of the boat." The first one said, "You stupid fool, what if they give us a different boat today?"